cool off for a second. It's gonna be hot, okay?
Oh, thank you.
Sure, you're welcome. You guys still alright?
When you try not to come off as bougie, so you humbly let him pick the place for your first date, and he picks Applebee's. A lot of these women who are fronting and stunting for the sisterhood are going to be single right along with them. A lot of these women, and I don't know if this is a skit or what, but the fact that Applebee's is still a topic even after all of these years, I remember seeing a disdain for going to Applebee's as a first date like 15 or so years ago online. This was before YouTube, YouTube of today. And I remember women arguing over that years ago. And the fact that we're still having this argument, and then these same women will look up and wonder why they are still single and white women are walking away with black men, or other races of women are walking away with men and husbands in general. But you get these women that come onto social media and they tell the whole world that they can't be taken to Applebee's. And so what a lot of men are doing is they're stepping back and saying, well, forget you then. I'll just get my passport and go somewhere where women might appreciate a gesture. For all we know, this was a test. This man put her to the test and she failed. Well, she said she blocked him. And see, these are those women who will look up 10, 15, 20 years down the road, still don't have a husband. And what are they saying? Men are dusties. I'm single by choice. I never wanted to get married anyway. They'll have all kinds of excuses as to why they were never able to get a ring. And here's the thing. What a lot of women don't seem to understand is Applebee's could be the first date. A coffee date could be the first date. And then as you and that man grow in your relationship, you can get that Ruth Chris. That's what I hear a lot online. Or another type of expensive restaurant. And let me use myself as an example, and I've said it here before. When my husband and I first got married, I think the ring that he got me was under $300. So last year or a couple of years ago, we've been married for 16 years. He wanted to upgrade my ring. And I told him, I thanked him. I said, that's such a sweet gesture, but I'm sentimental. I wanted to keep my original ring. And even if he got me a more expensive ring, most likely I'm not going to wear it because, that's not where my I guess you could say my treasure is. My thing, everybody's treasure in their heart is, something different. For me, I love to go to At Home and buy things for the house. And yes, I can get money from my husband to fund that. And see, and a lot of these black women in particular, they're missing the whole point. A lot of them would never get down the aisle to begin with. And they're putting all of these demands on a man that they're just getting to meet. And then, he didn't take you to an expensive restaurant. Girl, you need to just leave him alone then. And a lot of you women aren't going to get to that promised land, i.e. marriage, because you're putting unnecessary pressure on the wrong things. Now, in my opinion, she's wrong. Because what is wrong with Applebee's? And I can see if you've had it before and it's just nasty. And here's the funny thing. You're talking about being bougie, but you're expecting him to pay for you. Doesn't bougie also mean you having some type of money or funds for yourself? So why don't you take yourself to the restaurant of your dreams? But no, you want this man to do it for you. And I hope he knows that he dodged a bullet. And you ladies, you need to stop following these trends of, I'm such a boss and I'm just fabulous and glamorous and all of these things and only the best of the best man. And here's another thing. While so many of these women are talking about how Applebee's is beneath them, but y'all know what's not beneath a lot of these ladies? And I don't know this woman, so I'm not talking about her in particular. But you know what's not beneath a lot of these women? having children with Pookie who don't have no money. Ain't that something? And another thing, these white men that these women get online bragging and worshiping, he don't have to have that money either. I bet you Brad could have took her to Applebee's and she would have been skinning and cheesing. Maybe not her, but a lot of black women would have been like, oh, he took me to Applebee's. Oh, girl, I had the most fabulous time, blah, blah, blah. Y'all expect black men to give y'all the sun, the moon, the stars, but Brad doesn't have to give you all of that. Pookie, Tyrone, and Run Run don't have to give you all of that. Pookie and Tyrone just have to give you some eggplant. So y'all need to stop with these social trends following these women who don't have husbands. And let me tack this on too. I guess there's a new viral video of this woman who was all tatted up, but that's besides the point, I guess, who went to a church singles meet and greet. And she said it was like maybe 1,000 people in that room, mostly women. And the irony is, I get online a lot of times on Facebook, the Kevin Samuels forums, and so many women talk about how they're decentering men. They don't want a man. They don't want to get married. Stop telling these women that they need to be married and all of that stuff. But then when it comes to these singles meet and greets, who's there mostly? The women. A lot of you women keep following these never married and will never get married women down the same rabbit hole. Y'all need to start trying to find some pro-marriage, pro-nuclear family platforms so y'all can get a different outlook on men and marriage and courting. Women messed up courting. So I would be interested to know where this young lady would be in 10 years from now, because she's not going to tell this part of her story. And that's my topic.